Hello twin flames, thank you for being here, for liking, subscribing and all the amazing comments and feedback you leave me. It means the world, as you know, and if you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe, join our family because we're here for you every day. And I just want to say a big welcome to all the new subscribers. You are family here and you are very, very loved. And I've worn the bee today because the angels are reminding all of us that miracles are happening in our lives and our connection. And I've just shared a very powerful message from the archangels. I really do recommend you go and watch that because it will show you how to move from chores, the things you see in your life as a chore or an obligation or responsibility, how you can turn that into joy and bliss and a choice that you make every day to choose to be happy. So we're going to do something very powerful today. I'm going to bring in the Twin Flame Oracle to see what's happening with the energy. But I'm going to do a channel conversation. So we're going to bring in two of the most powerful decks I've ever used, the Divine Feminine Confessions and the Divine Masculine Confessions, both by the amazing Bridget Rau. And if you love these decks, I've actually done a series with both of these decks. I've done a Separation Heal series with the Divine Feminine Confessions and a DM Journey to Union series with the DM Confessions, using the entire deck. Because this is from the feminine's point of view. And this is from the masculine's point of view. So we're going to see what's going on today because the message is very clearly coming through intuitively today. The masculines are finding their freedom. And when I was having breakfast this morning, there were seagulls flying around outside the window. And I was trying to Snapchat them, but every time I got the angle right, they went. Okay, I couldn't quite get it. So it's reminding you that sometimes we can't quite get things into focus, but it doesn't mean it's still not happening behind the scenes. We may not still understand what's going on, but the universe has always got our back. And that's the message. And when I came into my reading room this morning, there was a card under the table. And this happens sometimes, you know, where I do a reading and the cards fall all over the place, as you know, because every day I'm shuffling and there's a card under the table and I was like, what's that card? And look what it is. All is well. All is well. And I was like, wow, this is the message of this day. This is why we're seeing seagulls. You may be seeing seagulls. They are a sign of freedom. A sign the masculines are finding their freedom. But not just that divine feminine, that you're being shown by heaven that all is well. When it gets a bit much, give it to heaven. Throw your hands up in the air and give it to heaven and trust that everything is going to be okay. So throw your hands up to heaven and say, it's going to be okay. Say it right now with me. It's going to be okay. All is well. Thank you. Some fear just came up. So if you're going through fear today, if anything's getting to you, if you feel run down, if you feel like this journey is a chore or a job or an obligation, if it's bringing you down, breathe and release and say, all is well. Everything is going to be fine. And use the affirmation in your mind today, I am safe. I am safe. Because this journey is a journey of perception. The way we see makes it so. Everything that's happening to you is neutral. It's the way you see it that makes it good or bad. And that's a choice you make in this moment. So in this moment now, choose peace. Choose to feel healthy. Choose to feel well. Choose to feel good about where you're going and what's to come. Choose to feel the power of the love and no longer worry about the past. Someone said to me yesterday, I've been watching your channel for 10 years. 10 years and nothing's changed. Well, first of all, I haven't even been on YouTube for 10 years. The angels are saying to you, it doesn't matter what happened 10 years ago. What matters is now, in this year now, in 2021. It doesn't matter what happened in the past. And they're giving me tears. Okay, I feel like so there's a tear running down my face. So I know that you've been hurt and you've been through the ringer and this journey has kicked your butt. But you've got this and heaven has got you because you were built for this. Okay, God himself is saying to you, I built you for this. You are strong, you can do this. You are bigger than any trigger and you are stronger and tougher than any obstacle or challenge. And smoother roads are ahead. And that's why we've been seeing all the roadworks and now all this smooth tarmac. Because there's smoother times ahead. It's like you're moving into the the energy of the Six of Swords in the tarot. All is well. Things are getting better. Things are getting brighter. So it doesn't matter what happened in the past. What matters is now. The ego that edges the goodness out tries to rob us of our happiness. And that's really what I spoke about in that Archangel message today. How, we get robbed of our happiness by our own thoughts and thinking. So we get robbed in this journey of our own happiness and our own power by going over the past, wishing it was different, wishing we could change something or do something a different way to bring in a different outcome. But everything was as it was meant to be to get us where we are now, and miracles are happening now. This is why you're seeing the bees. One dive bombed me yesterday. Or our ego takes us into the future and we start stressing and overthinking. What if I never see them again? What if they don't care? What if I'm a fool? What if I'm crazy? Okay, what if he stays where he is? All these fears that are really illusion of our own making. Things that we create in our head. And the angels are reminding you of your power as a creator, because thoughts become things. So don't self-sabotage your own life with your own negative thought patterns. Change now, because all is well. And this is a choice that you can make by using positive affirmations. People say to me all the time, you're so positive, why? It's connecting with heaven, not just every day, but in every moment. They lift my vibration. They help me to see from a higher point of view why things happen the way they do. And don't get me wrong, before union, of course I was in ego. Of course I struggled. And if you go back even like a year ago to videos, or even 2-3 years ago, you'll see who I was, and now obviously you guys know I channel with my hands, but my hands were all over the place because my mind was all over the place, and our body mirrors what we feel. So the angels are saying to you, if you feel calmer, if you feel more relaxed, if you're more in tune with who you are, your journey feels better. So your body feels better. So if you're going through ascension symptoms or any physical illness, anything that's happening to you, you will lift that dis-ease out of your body by feeling at ease. And all you have to do is surrender and give it to heaven, because all is well. So you're possibly going to see seagulls today, whether that's in your real world or your virtual world, to show you, thank you, that you've got this. They're giving me fear. And fear is being released out of you. Fear is being released out of the masculine to bring you together. So perception is everything. You've got this and heaven has got you. So what's the energy, please, angels, of the connection today? Here we go. The white stag. Wow. Says you have a mission together. So the white stag is about your mission. I know so many of you have seen the stag, which is the promise of your union and the promise of your masculine's transformation. But the white stag is about your mission. And at the beginning of 2021, where the universe was saying, this is the year of reunion. This is the year when twin flames are coming back together to clear the air, to communicate. This is where separation is ending. The 2022 energy is about your mission, and the mission you have together as light workers, as earth angels, as leaders, to lead the world into the golden age. Things are changing. 10 years ago, there wasn't a global pandemic. There wasn't a need for so much love and light in the world. Well, there always is, but the time is now. And that's why the angels are showing you you're coming into your mission. It's not just about you guys being in a relationship and having kids and living happy ever after. It's about a mission that you are on to help the world. And the reason you go through the struggles that you do and the pain that you do and, all the heartache that you do, it's so you can show the world that you've overcome it. You can say, I stood up for what I believed in. I fought for this love, and look at me now. I'm in union. I'm living my truth. I'm living the life of my dreams, and I'm choosing every day to choose happiness and joy. That's your mission. And that's why you've come. And that's why you're here now. And that's why you're guided to this channel. Because it's my mission, not only as a light worker, but as a divine feminine in union with my twin, to bring you into union too. Because there is nothing special about me. I'm just following my truth, listening to the angels and living my bliss. by doing what I love to do, by focusing on service, by giving back. And that's what you do too every single day. When you get up in the morning, you're giving back to the Creator for the life you've been given. You are loving your twin flame, and that's loving life. Because what you give to your twin, you give back to you. I thought there was a bee in here then. I just heard buzzing. I heard a buzzing noise and I thought there was a bee in the room. Okay? Well, there is a bee in the room. This is about miracles. You're going to be seeing the bees today. Okay? You're going to be seeing the bees today. Bees are about miracles, miracles in your journey, your own life, and communication coming in. The power of what's to come. Because bees have got tiny little wings and huge bodies. It's a miracle they get off the ground and fly. You may think it's impossible, but nothing is impossible. You know, everything is possible with God, and that's what the angels want you to know. So this is about your mission today together. So let's see then what we want to say. So thank you, angels. What does the divine feminine please want to say to the masculine today? What does the divine feminine want to say to the masculine today? So I'm taking out any cards I'm guided to. So this will be things on your mind, things going on. And, you know, when I get my brand new deck that I've created as well, the Divine Feminine, the Silence, I'm going to do a Divine Feminine series based around that. Because right now we're doing the Divine Masculine Dark Truth series. And when that comes to an end, I feel that I want to do a feminine series that's more healing. You know, about how you deal with the questions you go through and the doubt and the struggle. And how you become stronger on this journey and find your peace. So what do the masculines want to say to the feminines today? Masculines, what do you want to say to your feminine today? Here we go. There's one on the top as well. So let's do it like a channeled message then. So feminines, what do you want to say to your masculine? Let me turn them over. I'm afraid to let you in fully because I have been hurt so much already. Wow. So this can be as a divine feminine when we put those walls up. You know, when our masculine has hurt us so much and we're afraid to let them in again. You know, if they come back into our lives, we're afraid they're going to walk away again. There's those fears. But remember, that's the ego creating those questions and those struggles and those doubts. So the angels are saying to you, you have to be vulnerable as a twin flame. It gives you power. Vulnerability is not a weakness, it's a strength. Because when you love them, you love yourself. And when we nurture ourselves, we nurture our twin. So this journey requires love and nurturing energy. That's who you are as an empress. That's who you are as a divine feminine. And the masculine is saying to you, I'm sorry I risk losing your love. Wow. I'm sorry I risk losing your love. So he's saying to you, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I'm sorry I made you put walls around your heart. I'm sorry I made you question our love and doubt yourself and doubt us. I'm sorry for what I've done. You know, and you're saying, I've just been so hurt already. I don't know if I can go through it again. I don't know if I can handle that type of pain again. And your masculine saying, I'm so sorry that I risk losing your love. Because he understands that everything that happened, you know, pushed you away. And he was pushing you away. And, you know, he's sorry about that. So he's saying, I'm so sorry that I risk losing your love. And that's big for the masculines to admit because they don't want to lose you, divine feminine. They want you to be theirs forever. And sometimes you think, or they, you know, can take you for granted and think you're always going to be there. You're always going to be there. You know, it's like they can rely on you. And you get to the point where you throw your hands up to heaven and say, enough's enough. I give it to you, universe, my twin flame, or something better, please. Which means the universe is going to bring you in exactly what you need. And that's usually something to kind of work on, like service or your mission. Doesn't mean they're going to send in another soul teacher to you. It means that something is going to come in to excite you. You know, I've known people have grandchildren at this point. Okay, you know, a baby coming into the world that they can really dote on and love. Or a pet. You know, something is going to come into your life. It could be a friendship, you know, a partnership, a business plan, something that's going to boost you up. So you're not as focused on the journey. And your masculine say, I'm so sorry that I risk losing your love. And you're saying, I just want to bear it all. You know, you're saying I want to strip down and bear it all. But this isn't in a sexy way. This is you saying, all I want to do is be honest with you. I want to bear it all to you. I want to tell you how I feel. And sometimes as a divine feminine, we're afraid to do that, especially when we get hurt because we've been hurt before. And we're afraid of kind of speaking our love out in case he shuts us back down or he walks away again. And that creates tears. And they're giving me the teary energy today. So you're thinking, I just want to bear it all to you. I want to strip down bare and be vulnerable and show you how I love you, because that's why I've come. My heart, my soul, my body, my mind, everything. And this creates tears because this is what you've done. You've given them everything. There's no more of you that you can give because you've already given your heart. You've already given your soul. You've given your time, your money, your energy, your body, your attention. They have all of you. And it's like you're saying, isn't that enough? Isn't this enough, universe? Don't I deserve this happiness now? I've given everything from me. And the universe is saying, breathe. All is well. Give it to heaven. The best is yet to come. So beautiful. And the masculine is saying, sometimes I wonder if this is all in my head. So the masculines go round and round in circles. What you have to understand is the feminines have support, okay? And neither journey is easy, okay? Neither journey is easy. But, you have to remember that your masculine's journey is not easy. They look at you and think that your journey is easy. You know it's not. You look at their journey and sometimes think it's easy. And they know that it's not. So this is understanding that you both go round in circles. You both question things. You both have to kind of mature spiritually enough to focus on the unconditional part of the love instead of demanding it or wanting it a certain way. That brings in pain too. When we expect things to happen and when it doesn't go our way, we start getting stressed out or taking it personally or blaming our twin instead of realising all we have to do is be flexible and adaptable because God knows what's best. But you have a support system as a divine feminine. You're watching this video, you have access to, to me, to people on the channel, to, our family, our community here. You can be heard and listened to and given advice and guidance. You're connected with the source. So you know that heaven can direct you and give you signs and symbols and synchronicities that show you your truth. The masculines don't have that so readily available to them because they have to wake up. They have to pull themselves out of the matrix. What they've always believed, and they have to gain a whole new way of seeing things, a whole new way of living, a whole new world. You bring a whole new world into your masculine's life when you trigger their spiritual awakening because they start seeing things differently than they have before. But they don't have the same support as you. Okay, they do because they have it from heaven, but they don't have people they can readily speak to. So they keep it all bottled up inside. And that's hard, and that causes physical illness sometimes, and it drains them. That's why you can see your twin around town and you think, wow, he looks tired, or he looks drained, or he looks old. What's going on? And it's because he hasn't got your light there every single day, because he's not maybe allowing it in. Even though it's there every day, the sun's just come out, you are the sun and the light, but he doesn't allow it in every day. So he struggles. So he's saying to you, sometimes I wonder if this is all in my head, but I know deep down it's not. I'm trying to figure it out. So he's saying to you, I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to understand if I've made this all up. Because it's like he's saying to you, before I met you, I thought that love was only in films or on the cinema or in a book. I didn't really believe in true love until you came in my life and blew me away. And that's what he's saying to you. And he's saying, I'm trying to overcome my vices and my blocks to give all you truly deserve. So he's saying to you, you've given me everything divine feminine. Because you're saying, I've stripped down, I've given you all, body, mind, heart and soul. What are you doing for me? And he's saying, I'm trying to do this. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm going round in circles in my head, finding a solution. And I'm trying to overcome my vices and my blocks to give you all you deserve, all you truly deserve. So he's working through fear. He's working through insecurity. He's overcoming any habits or vices he has, any addictions, anything that's blocking him from allowing love in, his own sense of self-worth. And they're giving me fear. They always give me fear as burpee energy, and it's nastiness coming out. All the things he's held inside, pain, his own struggles from core wounds. He's healing all of this now, and he's saying to you, I want to give to you everything that you give to me. So he knows how much you give. So if you feel taken for granted today, or you feel like he doesn't know what you've done for him, or how you've been vulnerable and given him everything, he knows. Okay, he knows. I see pieces, this is you, Divine Feminine. I see pieces of you in everyone I meet. So this is when you go to the shops and you see someone who looks like him, or the person who serves you has a name tag on and he's got his or her name. Or, you watch a film and it reminds of the connection. It's like, ooh, or his name's there, or someone's called his name, or, where he's from, or something unique to him or her keeps popping up in your life. All that does is make me miss you more. I want to see you. So you're saying to your masculine, or even your feminine, I feel there may be a masculine watching this who's thinking this too. I see pieces of you everywhere. So I feel this is mirrored energy. I don't feel this is just the feminine feeling this. This is both of you. The masculine see you everywhere too. They are reminded of you everywhere too. And you're saying all it does is make me miss you more. Well, that's why it happens. The universe isn't silly. The universe creates things and synchronizes everything perfectly. There are no coincidences in the school of life or in the twin flame journey. So don't think, it was a coincidence that I saw his car, or, the colour of his car, or the make of his car just drove past me. Or, it's not a coincidence that someone started speaking to you with his accent, or, gave you a note connected with him. That's happened to me. Before when I was dealing with a catalyst, a certain note. What I mean by that is, say if you're from, I don't know, let's say you're from England and your masculine is from America and you get given $1, okay? Something like that that's so unique and special, it blows your mind. So all it does is make you miss me more. And that's what he's saying. Okay, so you're saying you miss them, but they miss you. I miss you more. And this is like your masculine saying, I miss you and I want to see you. So you're saying, I want to see you, Divine Masculine. I want to see you. I'm being reminded of you everywhere. I want to see you. What does it mean? And the universe is saying, whoa, I'm giving you a preview here of what's to come. I'm reminding you of how special this is, that you are divine magnets to each other. And when the time is right, you'll be reunited in love. Why? Because you have a mission together. You have a mission together and all is well. And the masculine saying, I will always forgive the mistakes you make. I will always forgive the mistakes you make. So if you feel that you've made any mistakes on this journey, if you feel you've done something wrong, he will always forgive you. As a divine feminine, sometimes we find that harder than the masculines do, because what the masculines struggle with is forgiving themselves. Okay, they really struggle with that. They know they've hurt you, done you wrong, and they feel bad about it. And they feel guilty about it. And they go through all this inner pain and turmoil. So they struggle to forgive themselves. And as a feminine, we struggle sometimes to forgive others. But Jesus said, if I can forgive what's been done to me, all the heinous crimes that have been done to me, then you can forgive what another has bestowed upon you. Especially if that's your twin flame, because they are a part of you and they are your greatest teacher. So they've come here to trigger you and, kind of annoy you, because that's part of your spiritual awakening. It's how you find your truth. It's how you find your light. It's certainly how you find your faith. So he's saying to you, anything you think you've done wrong, and this could be you pressuring the connection, thinking I want to see you. Getting angry about it, thinking it has to be a certain way. Why isn't he making a move? Why isn't he doing this? So you're putting energetic pressure on the connection, or you may be putting demands on him in a physical way. If you loved me, you would, saying things like that, or make a choice, decide, you must leave that karmic partner, you must do it this way. And you're putting kind of responsibility and obligations on him. and not trusting then in divine time. And the angel's saying, relax, breathe. All is well, you are safe. And he's saying, don't worry, I will always forgive the mistakes you make. And the angel's saying there are no mistakes anyway, it's all a lesson. It's all a learning curve. Everything you do leads to something better, a blessing in disguise. Think of your life. Think about how things have panned out and how the universe has always had your back. Even at the time you thought, oh, I don't like this very much, what's happening. When you look back at that experience, you know it happened for your higher good. And it is happening right now for your higher good. I hate the hot and cold and the back and forth. So family, you're saying, I just hate this back and forth energy. I hate the, messaging me and then ignoring me, messaging me, ignoring me, coming to see me, then ignoring me. I hate it. I hate the back and forth. And he's saying to you, I'm so sorry. He doesn't like giving you breadcrumbs either. He wants to give you what you truly deserve, and that's the whole loaf. And most of the time when separation occurs, it's so he can go away and find a solution to that problem. Or he can work through his pain. Or he can, make a decision. Because he has to go within to work it out. He doesn't want to mess you around. It's not like the masculines are born into this body and think, right, my mission here is to mess around the divine feminine. They don't intend to do that. They don't like doing that. It hurts them too. Okay, they don't kind of come and see you and declare their undying love for you and then go and be happy in a karmic situation. It does not work like that. Okay, they get triggered, they deal with their own fears and their own pain. And he's saying to you, I'm sorry for that. I'm working out how I can give you the whole loaf, not just a few of these breadcrumbs every now and again. And that frustrates you, especially if they're with someone else and they're spending anniversaries with them and birthdays with them and Christmases with them. It hurts your heart. And you're like, when's it going to be my time? What about me? Don't you care? But we learn through those situations our own worth, and that we don't need another to fill up our own cup. We fill it up ourselves from our connection with heaven and the support we receive from the universe and who we truly are. And he's saying to you, okay, when you're saying, I don't like this back and forth behaviour, he's saying to you, nights are the worst for me. It's as if all my feels are amplified. So he feels it at night. At night he lies there awake thinking of you. Not long ago I did that channeled message at like 4 in the morning, where I could not sleep. And I could not sleep. I was just thinking about the feminines and thinking about the masculines and thinking about the feminines from the masculine's point of view, wanting to reach out, keep picking up the phone, putting it down at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, tossing and turning, thinking of you, wanting you, desiring you. So he's saying to you, it's at night when it gets the worst. Why is that then? That's because in the day they're occupied. They're occupied, okay? They're always occupied with you. Don't get me wrong. You're always in here, okay? But they're occupied with their job. They're occupied with their kids, with their relationship, with their family, with responsibilities, things that they are doing that they have to get done. But at night, obviously it's different if they work nights, okay? If they work nights, you're still going to be up here. You're always up here. But at night, they may have more relaxed time. They sit down and they can think more. Or they're around people they don't want to be around more, like the karmic partner. And that's another reason that all of these crazy lockdowns and restrictions have come in. Because they've given the masculine time to be in his relationship or in his life. Whereas usually he goes out to work to distract himself. Or he goes out to the house. Or he goes in the garden or wherever he goes. And he can't do that in lockdown. He has to face his reality. So this is another reason it's happened, to wake people up, to realise they aren't in relationships, they're in living arrangements, or they're not happy doing the job. Things have got to change. So he's saying to you, it's worse at night for me. So at night he thinks about you, he sits down, he can, relax a bit, maybe he's having some alcohol, and obviously I know a lot of the masculines have problems with alcohol or addiction. But if he's having a drink, drink kind of loosens things up and the truth comes out. And sometimes it's a nasty truth, when they become nasty drunks. And that's obviously another story. And we've all kind of dealt with that in some way, or some kind of nastiness that's come through from a 3D addiction or a behaviour or a codependent issue. But, if he's feeling relaxed and he's got some music on or he's watching a film, you're going to be shoved in his face. The universe is going to shove you in his face, but through a film or a song or, you popping in his mind, or maybe he's on social media and he starts searching for you. I even know with the masculines Googling the feminine. If you're not on social media and you think, oh, well, this doesn't apply to me, he searches for you. He'll put your name in Google and see if anything comes up. Is there a picture there? Is there a post there? Which is crazy. But it's because he acts crazy when he's connecting with you, because he loves you so much. So he does crazy things like you do crazy things. So he's saying to you, it's at night where I feel it more. Everything gets amplified. Everything. Okay? It's like in the still of the night, he's thinking of you. And you're saying, I've looked at other girls' profiles you talk to. So this is about how we deal with the jealousy. And most of us, perhaps 98% of us have done this, okay? I've looked at other girls' profiles you talk to. What about them do you like? So we also think about why he's spending time with other people. What qualities or attributes he likes in them. What does he, what's he attracted to? Why is he spending time with them? Aren't I enough? That's what it really comes down to. When we're looking at other people's profiles or, stalking them on social media or looking at what they're doing, looking at the posts they're putting on, we're thinking, why aren't I enough? Why? Why isn't it me? Why isn't it me he's giving the attention to? Why is he liking their picture? Why is he talking to them? Why is he spending time with them? Why not me? Aren't I enough? And that's what we have to deal with. So when we go through this as a divine feminine, I've been through this. Okay, jealousy was a big one for me. And it's always about ourselves. Whenever we are feeling, it's about how, or we're kind of thinking about them and the situation. It's always about what we are going through inside. So we learn to become the observer. So we say, why is it affecting me? Why would that person have an impact on me? Because that person is teaching your twin a lesson. And the lesson is that wherever they go, whatever they do, they'll never find anything that isn't meant for them outside of themselves. And this is really powerful, okay? Because the angels say this constantly. What's meant for you is meant for you. And you know that divine feminine. You know that you and your twin belong together. You feel it more and more every day. And, if you're outside of the connection, searching for something else, this is what the masculines tend to do. They try and find you in other people or other situations, but they're never satisfied. It's like when Edward's talking about in Twilight being a vampire living on, kind of vegetables. He's talking about he eats, he's not drinking blood, is he? He's not drinking human blood. He's living off animals. And he says, it's like a vegetarian, you can survive, but you're never truly satisfied. Okay? And obviously, if you are a vegetarian, you feel satisfied. Just take it for what it is. Go and watch Twilight, okay? It's just kind of, an analogy or euphemism. What the angels are saying to you is, the masculines may be with someone else, or they may be liking someone else's profile or picture, but they'll never be truly satisfied with that. Because they're always wanting you, seeking you. They're seeking you because that's what the divine has created. Created you perfectly for each other. So that means that anyone else will never really do. And you may think, well, what about twin flames who are in soul connections, who are happy in those soul connections and just decide to love the twin from afar? And that's true, but you're still loving your twin from afar. Your twin is still inside of you. So you may feel happy in your connection if you're enjoying being with a soul teacher, but there's always that part of you craving your twin. And that's the point here. So in other words, it doesn't matter who they're with, what they're doing, who they're spending time with. Nobody compares to you. And that's what we learn as a divine feminine. And sometimes we have to stalk their profiles to understand that. Don't hold back. Your masculine saying, don't hold back, jump in and give to me, all of you. Set the pace so I can too. And this is the last masculine card, but I've got 2 further feminine cards. So what he's saying to you is, what you do, I do. So this is about the masculines mirroring you. Now, the masculines follow the feminine, okay? And you may think, well, my masculine isn't following me on social media or he isn't chasing me. That's not what I mean. What I mean is you inspire them to follow your lead. You are a leader to them. You are a muse to them. You inspire them. So what he's saying here from his higher self is, be you. Be vulnerable. Be authentic. Shine your light, because when you set that pace, I have to catch you up. So he's saying to you, you're my light. Whatever you do, I'll do. This is why if you've got twin flames who are both in marriages, okay? If you've got twin flames who are both in marriages, when the feminine leaves the marriage, okay, and not from wanting to be with the twin, okay, because they know the relationship is stagnant and over and not serving their soul, and if, the masculine wasn't there, they would leave anyway. Okay, when the feminine leaves that marriage, that kind of karmic marriage, usually, okay, 99% of the time, the masculine will follow, because you're setting the pace. Okay, even if it took 2-3 years for the masculine to follow, the masculine follows. So what you do, they do. Why? Because you're one. So if you're being negative and nasty, that's what the masculines are doing. Remember, there's like a delay. So if you're being negative and nasty and they're being all nice, then they'll turn negative and nasty. But if you're being loving and kind and beautiful and wonderful and they be negative, it's only a matter of time before they change and mirror you, because you are mirrors of each other. So look for the positive aspects in everything, and you'll see and receive the positive aspects back from them too. Very powerful. Feminine saying, I get so upset sometimes I can't even think straight. And that's true. We go crazy. We can't think straight. We may do crazy things like reaching out when we shouldn't, or saying something we shouldn't, or doing something we perhaps shouldn't. But the angels say, remember, shouldn't, coulda, woulda. Okay, don't think about that. Think about the now. Everything is teaching you something. So if you can't think straight, go in nature. Okay, that's what that message is about today from the archangels. Go and watch that. Okay, if you can't think straight, turn off your phone. Go in nature, breathe, meditate. Bring yourself back to the center. Say, all is well. I am safe. I am safe. Because the ego is in your head, creating fears and what if scenarios and struggle. Bring yourself into the now. This is part of your mission. I've had readings done to ask about us. So you're saying to your masculine here, sometimes I can't think straight. Just dropped all the cards on the floor there. And you have to throw the cards where they go. Okay? The cards fall where the cards fall. You're saying, I've had readings done to ask about us. So you're admitting to your masculine that you've received guidance on them. Okay? But you're saying, let the cards fall where they fall. I trust my truth. Doesn't matter if you've had readings done and they've been negative, or they've told you something you didn't want to hear, or they've said this isn't your twin. You know your truth. It doesn't matter. It wouldn't matter if they were a reader to the stars, okay? A celebrity reader. You know your truth. You are more qualified to know your truth than any psychic out there. Why? Because you are psychic too. You're just as tapped in, tuned in and turned on to heaven as I am when you allow yourself to be. You are a strong leader. You are a warrior. So don't give your power away. So yes, you've had readings done and you're admitting that to your masculine. But the angels are saying you know your truth, and that's more powerful than anything. And you have a mission together and you are strong. So the message for today for you, Divine Feminine, all is well. This is a big sign of your future. Things coming together. So your masculine is saying, all you have to do is shine your light. It's giving you a message in that, because he's saying, set the pace. Don't hold back, jump in and give to me, all of you. Set the pace so I can too. So when you give all of yourself to him, he's going to eventually give all of himself to you, because he follows your lead. So be a leader today. Shine your light. Do you. Focus on love. Make your life happy again. And the universe will bless you beyond measure and show you your truth. Have a great day, sending you so much love, and I'll see you soon.